Aloha, my friends. Jason Prophet Moffatt here from Crypto Tutorials, and we have some absolutely shocking news in the NFT space. Tom Bilyeu from Impact Theory, he has got a wild YouTube channel with millions of subscribers and tons of motivational content, interviews with just some mind-blowing people. I love the conversation Tom has over there. I will link you to his YouTube as well as his Discord and everything, because I want you to hear the message that Tom has put out today. I've never heard anything like it inside of the NFT space. Now, Tom has a series of NFTs called the Impact Theory Founders Keys. There's three different levels. There's the relentless level, there's the heroic level, and the legendary level. And Tom launched those, I don't know, a couple months ago. I've bought quite a few of them myself. I really believed in Tom's message. In fact, there's one particular moment that Tom was talking about this project on Lad City, talking to my buddy Crypto Buffalo, who's a huge Tom fan. And I saw it in his eyes. I saw it in just the tonality in which he spoke. I was like, I'm investing in that guy. Now, this is not investment advice for you. None of this on this channel is investment advice. Always do your own research. But I want to show you why I am so bullish on the Impact Theory founder keys and Tom himself as well. So anyways, today he does this legendary call, which then he published to everybody in his Discord. It's usually only listened to by the people in the legendary community that hold one of those legendary founder keys. But the content of that message was so important that he wanted to release it to everyone. And in this message, he said that he has created a scenario or made a few bad moves that has caused a little bit of discomfort for some of the investors inside of the Discord or the people holding the Impact Theory keys. Now, 95% or more of NFT projects tend to not go as planned. You know, at first, yeah, sure, all the cash comes in, but then the reality sets in and you watch that floor kind of sink down. And that sometimes can create some animosity among people in communities, particularly if you're someone like me, maybe, who's kind of a little bit more geared to quick flipping and you want to make some money right away. Well, this is probably not the project to make some quick money. This is a big vision that Tom has, and that's the vision that I saw when he was talking. And even though I am a quick flipper, I did not buy the Impact Theory founder keys because I wanted to make a quick buck on it. I took a look at his roadmap, and we're going to take a look here in just a second. I'm going to show you his roadmap. I'm going to show you why I'm bullish on these keys and why I think they're a good buy for somebody who is in this for the long run and believes in Tom's mission. Again, not investment advice, but I feel like I need to show you this because there are a few projects out there that I think are just being slept on, and this is one of them. Anyways, Tom, I'm rambling, I know. Tom said on this call today, he said anybody is dissatisfied from the NFTs that they bought, whether they bought and minted from him personally or bought on the secondary market, that he would gladly refund anyone who wanted their money back for whatever price they paid. Never seen that happen from anybody. And it's a brilliant move because, I mean, Tom already has a lot of, I feel like, trust in his community, but it just went over the top today to just take that on the chin, not only to refund the money. That's one thing. Tom's got a lot of money. I don't think the money is a big of an issue as much as his reputation and honoring who he is and like what he says he's going to do. I think the bigger thing was the fact that he actually took responsibility and said, I made mistakes. Now, you know what? I don't know that the mistakes that he made are any different than majority of people in these NFT projects. But the fact that he got up publicly and said, I made a mistake and I want to make it right, and I'm willing to refund anybody's money that wants it back. Well, guess what happened? Sales started taking off today. You know, the volume was pumping quite a bit. I ran in there and bought another one. I'm like, gosh, anybody who has the balls to say that, who has the commitment to come in there and be like, look, I'm not here for this short-term little play for money. I'm here to build a massive Web3 community and a company, and to do it in a way that is really secure and instead of really, I don't know, just doing it because you can and just making things super fast. I'm going to show you his roadmap right now, and then I'm going to show you OpenSea, how many of these are still available and why I think they're a really good purchase. So let's go over to my desktop right now, and I'll show you why I am so bullish on Tom Bilyeu and the impact theory founder keys. So why am I so hyped on Tom? Well, I really like things with longevity, people that have a track record in a space, someone who's run companies, someone who understands marketing. And Tom kind of embodies all of these things. I'm on his YouTube channel right now. You see 2.52 million subscribers. If I click on videos, this guy's punting out content constantly. These really, really in-depth videos, conversations that are with a lot of these thought leaders that really make you think deeply. And I appreciate these kind of conversations in a world when we communicate in memes sometimes and just short form information. It's really nice to be able to sit down and listen to somebody for 90 minutes and really articulate their thoughts over and over again and dig deep instead of just getting sound bites, and those sound bites then are misused or misquoted or whatnot. So I appreciate having this type of conversation available. Now, Tom over here on OpenSea, this is the Impact Theory founder keys. You can see these being sold right now. And if you click over to the website, and I'll include all these links down in the description for you, this is where we could originally mint the NFTs. And if I scroll down, you'll see the three tiers being the legendary, the heroic, and the relentless tiers, and they all offer a few different benefits to having each one of these. And if I keep scrolling down, you'll see the impact theory roadmap. And this is absolutely ambitious, unbelievably ambitious. And I see this and I realize, all right, this is the epitome of betting on something long term. I'm an impulsive guy. I don't like long term, but there's something about Tom and something about somebody who's built a company like he has and doesn't necessarily need the money for the NFT launch to fund all this. You know, he's got all these other things going on, and that means a lot to me as an investor. So if I keep scrolling down beyond all these things, I start getting down to blockchain, and then there's this leg with the metaverse, and the sandbox experience is going to be quite interesting. I keep coming down, and the NFTs. So they already launched the founder keys here in 2021. They have the Merry Mods, which is the holiday NFT. I didn't get involved in that. Really wasn't my thing. I'm looking forward to 2022, particularly this Neon Future launch and then the founder key avatar project. Now, the avatar project is really exciting to me. And I mean, so is this Neon Future because it is with no one else other than Steve Aoki. If you don't know Steve Aoki, he's a massively popular person in the DJ community. You can see he's got 8.2 million followers. He's quite large in the NFT community as well. If you look at his last pinned tweet, he's talking about NFTs. So when I look at the map over here and I see, oh man, he's going to be launching the Neon Future with Steve Aoki, and then the founder key is going to be happening right after that. I'm stoked that I'm sitting on about 10 of these myself because I think they are going to pump when it gets around this time. So if I come back over to OpenSea, this is one of the really interesting things for me. So you'll see there's 16,000, 16.5, right? And if I come down here and I click just buy now, of those 16,000, only 500 can you actually buy. And those are spread out between three different tiers. So if I wanted to go, say, the Relentless, the cheapest tier, there's only 312 of them left. Even less of the Heroics, only 116 of these. And with the Legendaries, 126. So when I see supply getting this low, that is a really great sign for me because once those are gobbled up, the floor is just going to start rising and rising from this. I'm assuming that's my best bet. And so what was really interesting, if I click on activity, you'll notice there's a little bit of activity going on here. But if I scroll back about 8 hours ago, boom, a lot of people were buying 8 and 9 hours ago. They were just, it was bum rushing compared to what it had been moving. And this coincided, I believe, with while Tom got on the legendary call and admitted that he had made some mistakes and said, hey, I'm going to refund anybody who wants a refund. Anybody who minted from us or bought on the secondary market, I'm going to refund you. I've never seen anybody do that. I got to give him props. So if you come over to his Discord, over the left-hand side, up top, announcements. This is where this is. They published these two calls. Now, my only beef, I'm an audio snob. It is 2021. It is not hard to get good audio. Tom, you got to fire your audio guy. You cannot be releasing calls that are sounding this bad. I know it was just an internal call and it wasn't meant for all of us to even hear, and I do appreciate that you actually did release it. But man, I couldn't bear through listening through bad audio. You have such epic content on here, over on your YouTube. I know you know how to get good quality, bro. Publish the good quality interview and audio, even if it's just behind the scenes stuff, please. So I am just really hyped on these impact theory founder keys. I'm excited to see what happens in the beginning of 2022 and beyond. I am really excited to see what this activity is going to do today and tomorrow when more people get wind of Tom actually offering refunds to people. I think this is going to work massively in its favor. I think it's going to galvanize the community inside not only the Discord, but wherever else people hang out. I think this gives Tom such a huge piece of credibility. Not that he even really needed it, but I really think that people like myself and others see man, he is committed. He is going to walk the walk. And I appreciate that. And that's why I went and bought even more of these. So I wanted to bring them to your attention while the floor is still a ridiculously cheap 0.064. How much is that in, we'll show you here. Let's go to buy now. 0.65. I do not expect these to be sitting here this cheap. $261. The cheapest you can get into this right now. I highly expect this to start taking off now that Tom took this unprecedented move. And I want to show you one clip before we go. This is what convinced me to actually buy these in the first place. It was the look in his eyes and the way that he was basically asking us to trust him. And I really did, and I still do. And I'm going to play this clip. It's from Lad City. If you haven't checked out Lad City, you definitely should check them out. I'm going to link you to it right now.
Then obviously when we give you something tied to that, exclusive access or whatever, that's really going to matter. So that's really how we think about that. And so as we're building out the roadmap and making sure that we have this edge technologically, that we know where we're going, that we're not selling too much of that future stuff. But I will say this, if you're on the fence and you're not sure which way to bounce, it's like I want to wink and nod and let people know, guys, the things I'm not telling you about, for the love of God, if you can buy it and you're not worried about, I don't want people overreaching. That's very important to me. I don't want this to be a stressful financial situation. But if you can afford it, you won't be sorry. I'm putting my reputation on the fact you won't be sorry.